Hi, everybody.
Hello.
So it's wonderful to read with Annabelle White and Daniel as well, Daniel Nestor. I used to have a bookstore, a kind of mini literary center in Philadelphia. My wife, Catherine, and I came to work, came to the store one day, and Daniel, 10 years old, was sitting on the step, and he said, "Can you teach me everything you know about poetry for free?" And I was impressed with his directness. So this is a poem. This is my book. It's called A Long Way Home. It's kind of a long way to read it too, but it's really worth it. And it has a special price on the table over there. And in fact, you'll know this from Blaise Hawk's books, but if you the photograph on the cover, if you lick on the top of my head, it's been saturated in LSD. So, but you have to buy the book for it to work. So this is a poem called, I wrote this on the way here. I really love that expression. I mean, we all wrote something on the way here. In a dream I say to God, I wish I were taller. That's selfish, God says, and not the kind of thing I can do without throwing everything out of bounds. Can you make everyone shorter? It would be easier just to make you taller. That's what I was thinking. She needed to carry baking soda in case of emergency, she explained. She wrote baking soda on the baggie in case she was stopped by cops. This, I believe, is an exemplary tale for poetry, except in the cases where it's marked Coke and it contains baking soda. I was 10 years old. I didn't do my poetry homework. I defaulted to the dog ate my poem excuse. Then the darkness ate my dog, I added. It's great to be a funny person. On the other hand, they're the first ones the zombie clowns eat. Some people get the humor on the way home, so that's pretty good. So this is a poem called Flocks. The poems in this book, they're numbered, most of them, absolutely most of them are numbered. I'll read the numbers as I read it. This is Flocks 1. I move enough of quiet stones, inches of moonlight. I become their sadness. Stranger, my world houses me. Light fills in the folds of the field and the shadow. It's too cold to snow. In winter, I saw the fly in its swirling shadow beyond the last house. Flocks of birds disintegrating. Blessed are the 10 days of rain and autumn. Blessed is the man with wings in the lily field. Blessed is the field, the wildflowers, the sirens and sirens, the dark migrating to the trees. So can you all hear me okay? It seems like I moved you away from the mic. It's good? Okay.
We can hear you.
anything. I quote a lot, I steal a lot, or borrow a lot, and you can't tell that it's on italics, but this looks like it's pretty much mine. Pigs and Robin. 1. It was twilight. Take us into confidence and secrecy, absolutely. Teach us to despair like we mean it. I know we will be moss growing on the tree from the ground up. There is a television image of me next to the man. It is a kind of fog and wildflower blue. Help me. There is a difference between not telling everything and not telling anything. In the world today is the sound of birds and insects, like someone singing, like someone ringing a bell like crazy, and underneath the sound of someone sawing neatly. Birds are talking to last night's sounds, the breeze of yellow birds and yellow leaves, respectively, in the middle of summer. Clearly everything is on the make here. 2. You don't want the mechanic talking about the beauty and innovation of your car. You want him to fix the damn thing. If there is God in this landscape of shadows and flowers, he hides. The path and occasional light leads to and away. Are you going to read that pile of books? I will read them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't help. I will read them. Yet it began raining in the dream. There is no light in April. You know it is summer. You get down on your knees and hands and eat with the pigs. Darkness glues and seals things. I am not so much outside as I once was. Early fireflies a foot off the ground, a robin that won't give up. Near tops of trees, starfinder of fireflies far into the shadow of the tops of trees. Misplaced shadows of telephone wire look like a road. White butterflies trail in and out of. But what I would like to know is what I know. Field, irregular strips of light in the background, in the distance, underneath, away. Sundown now, orange tints and lilies, darkness eating up the trees and light fast. Evening coming down, small world covered in transparency. Most of what is light spreads forth in darkness and the dark. Birds don't need to know this, it seems. If you and insects dispute it, it is good. It depends on trees, so says the voice in my head when it is quiet. So this poem is called Support. Let's see if there's, I borrowed from Einstein, it looks like. Support. 1. Dear friend, there is ice and blocks and fragments on the river. I have tended the river and the darkness. It has made me tender toward it. She kept saying, we went swimming in the river, we went swimming in the river of darkness, and there was no river around. Yep, pretty much. She dug with her hands, she moved in a mist that was gauze. Yep, pretty much. You're feeling lousy under a bridge in Montpelier, Vermont. Bud, pot, slut scrolled across the support. Someone has added equals MC squared. You have long longed for the key to things, Whatever goes on in the dark goes on in the dark. You understand the emptiness of the glazed day. Trees wave in wind. The train station does not exist. The city does not exist. It's never or now. There was a library, but it burned to the ground. It's never or now. You could not bring yourself to ask for more directions. We must look at the spring nights, stars like ice chips in Black Pond. We must look at spring as imported. 2. No one deserved spring more than the cat. They were in the yard beside the road in the past. Wherever they were, it was the past. They picked up sticks and small debris that had become loose in the world. There was not much to remove. They were thrilled to be out with the cat, a full month at least before tulips seeped from the earth. Still they called the day good. The priest arrived and they followed him in. He blessed the food and bread spread out on the table, even the candy. They would see out the window the sun in squares and irregular shapes out the window. So this poem is it's called Six. And I really love giving readings. There's anxiety associated with it. I'm sure when you speak in public or in private, you feel that. And to explain it, there's a childhood memory when I was in elementary school. We would have a yearly school picnic. And so I came from a big family. We were in a station wagon, and we were going to pick up a friend of my sister's. And so we stopped to pick her up, and the mother's there and says the father was called into work, and the parent had to go with the kids, so she wasn't going to be able to go. And my mother said, she can come with us. We got plenty of kids. What's another one going to matter? And so we got there, and when it was time to eat, it was an amusement park with a lake. And it's time to eat, and the girl had a little bag, and she had a little peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a banana and some other stuff. And my mother said, you can eat our food, chicken, ice cream. So the little girl takes out the banana, gives me the banana, closes up the bag and pushes it to the side and joins us in our food. So then the day goes on, the day ends, and we come home and we drop her off, and the mother and the father are there, and they say, so how was it? And she points to me and said, he ate my banana. So sometimes I'm worried that that's the takeaway from poetry, that this poem is called Six, as I said. 1. After 6, through the window, the crows, those dirty little thoughts, rustle down on crossbars of swing set, pieces of melancholy. Delete. Long for explosions in the trees, killer sunsets, genuinely astonished at significance, created signs. What say we don't think about that now? I love the luxuriousness of snow, hate waiting and patience. I adore the sorrowful elegance of autumn, decaying, expensive chocolate scent. What say we don't think about that now? Tell me everything is dead in winter. Daffodil lightly grows from my body and I hide it. My hands smell like darkness. I would hide it, but how do you hide a thing like that? Tell me I see things through scratched eyes, a network of thin branches and sticks. Tell me nothing is important. Okay, nothing is important. Tell me the soul is not important. Are you kidding me? The heart is not important. Tell me why the earth speaks to me like this. 2. It's like I'm playing Russian roulette with 3 bullets in the chamber. It was like I was wearing a bulletproof vest and she fired a gun at my heart. It didn't kill me, but I never forgot it. It's like that, I think. Don't you? 4. We talk so much, we talk exceedingly. This early August morning, the leaves begin with a rustle. The sound goes everywhere. Where will my interest in Block Party, LCD sound system, early Merwin, and Krishnamurti lead me? I am hoping it will get me somewhere. The sadness of what passes came upon him. Goes to the tavern frequently at night and sits, looks towards the entrance. Such beautiful kafafi. My mind is full, my heart is empty. What happens in poetry stays in poetry. Thank you. All right, and I just have 2 more as well. This book is really so funny. Sorry, I'm having a hard time reading my own handwriting. Okay, there it is. So this poem is called Rake 1. It is the cutout of silhouettes of the leaves that concern us. What is not here is on our mind. The door that opened out on the vista of light cannot be seen or remembered at all. It is suggested that the rake left out was not elegant, but maybe so now. Think along these lines. There is only one question. How can I help? This is a direct quote. The man sits down at the paper and begins to write a letter. It is understood that there are those among you to whom the idea of letter will have to be explained. Say you are viewing paintings in a museum for the first time, and you are transported to a clearing and it's mildly hot. The dragonflies are flashing, and the base of the mountain hums. 2 liters of root beer or ginger ale are poured over you. You square this to the imagery in the paintings you have seen and the emotion that is stirred. It's crazy, of course, but that is why you put pen to paper. You add something witty and charming because you are writing to someone close to you, and you sign your name. That's all. Or you want to say the world is a garden. Your small garden, which is wild, beautiful, and disordered, connects you to the larger world. The birds make a terrific racket. Praise it and call it singing. The soil smells like green darkness. Praise the slight air of oregano and dark chocolate. You say you live for the civil twilight when the bats try out the night and the embers even out. Say you coast in one of the boats to the center of the lake. Tell me the silk the milkweed emits means the world to you, and you talk all day with cats and rats as if they understood. Tell me you have fallen for the darkness and petals, but save the last sip. Tell me you have fallen for the darkness and petals, but save this last dance for me. So thank you all for listening. Thank you, Bob, for this invitation. I do have one more poem. I like ending my readings with this poem. This is somewhat newer, definitely. And in the book it's called Art in America. I don't know why I think of walls alone and the horse without a saddle. The books I am handing are all that I need. I was thinking of the words object d'art painted on the side of a building where I lived in the city. I hate when it stops raining. I hate some of Beethoven's quartets, which is spectacularly ill-guided. It has stopped raining. Use your will to bring peace between people. I don't even know how to use the word darkness correctly. Ah, my soul. I hate white sparkling restaurant tree lights, which is absurd. It has stopped raining. Baby, come on, come on. Baby, love, my baby love. It's getting cold outside. It's getting cold outside. Take my coat, baby. Let's get out of here.